Hey guys, Airgun Angie with Gateway to Airguns, and this is the Gamo Magnum GR. Rick just had it. He did a quick range time video and then he sent it straight to me because GTA is doing a giveaway, and this is what you're gonna get. Really quick, I want to say thank you to Gateway to Airguns for making this video possible. Go check them out, guys. www.gatewaytoairguns.org. www.gatewaytoairguns.org. Okay, Rick had his fun with it. Now it's my turn to do a grip review. This again, like I said, is the Gamo Magnum GR. I guess GR means green. It's kind of an olive army color green, which I like green. It's my favorite color, so it catches my eye most definitely. It's a Springer, a real Springer, guys. It is powered by a spring, an actual spring in its 33mm cylinder, and 22 caliber, single shot. The stock is all weather. On the grip and the forearm, it has the non-stick texturing, so it's very grippy. That's my word, grippy. The contour of the gun fits very nicely. It's a comfortable shooter, well balanced. It does have open sights, but they are pretty much useless. The cheek piece right here, the cheek riser, is a bit high to be able to line up the rear sight with the front sight. So you really can't use them. They look cool, but not really an option unless you kind of distort your head into different positions to be able to see, which not really my thing, maybe it's yours. So an optic it is, and it comes with the Gamo 3-9x40 basic optic. I would suggest getting something like maybe the BSA Outlook to improve your shooting experience with this. I think that would go great with this one. I do like the cheek riser as far as it makes for a very good view through the scope. It's actually quite perfect there. The rail is 11mm. The barrel is a metal jacket rifled steel barrel. It has a 2-stage CAT trigger, the manual safety in front of the trigger. It has the rubber buttstock with the reduced recoil, which I would hate to feel it without that. It has, with a spring, you get a different type of recoil than you would with a gas ram. A gas ram is a little quicker punch, where the spring is a little slower, so you feel it a bit more. And I'm gonna tell you right now, yes, I feel it a bit more. It has 41 pounds of cocking effort. I feel that too. And the recoil is a bit more than I expected, but it is a Magnum. Don't forget that, guys. As I'm talking about this gun, it's a Magnum, which means it's gonna have heavier cocking effort. It's gonna have a bit of recoil. It might be a little louder than some, but it's gonna push out more power. So now it is 49.2 inches long from butt to muzzle, and without an optic it weighs 6.88 pounds. With the optic I got 8.35 pounds. Length of pull, that's from the butt to the trigger, 15 inches. Let's move on to operation. All right, how to operate this thing. After you've mounted your scope, of course you're going to take it out to the range. I wouldn't suggest shooting this indoors unless you have an indoor range. I don't. You're going to break the barrel. You're going to grab the barrel as close to the muzzle as possible to give you the most leverage as possible. You're going to pull it down. Now this one, because it's 41 pounds of cocking effort, this is a two-hander for me. Most break barrels I can cock with one hand. This one is a two-hander. So you're gonna cock it, you're going to load your pellet, push the barrel back up to close the breech, point your gun in a safe direction at your target, disengage the safety, pull the trigger, and there you go. So pretty simple to operate, though. Do prepare yourself. You will engage muscles while shooting this gun. Unless you have somebody else cock it for you. Then you'll engage their muscles. Okay, performance. So what I want to find out in performance is it a comfortable shooter? Is it accurate? At what distances is it accurate? How much power does it put out? It is a Magnum. And how does it shoot offhand? As far as comfort, yes guys, this gun is absolutely comfortable to shoot. Well balanced, the contour of the gun fits perfectly to the contours of your body. It's light, it's just comfortable. As far as noise levels, it's a Magnum, so it's not going to be as quiet as some other Springers or gas rams might be. I was actually getting between 91 and 94 dB with this one, so it's not quiet, it's not like explosively loud or anything, but it is a Magnum, so it depends on where your backyard is, whether it's backyard friendly. Now, trigger pull, this is another thing to do with comfort. It's really nice to have a sweet, smooth, light trigger. This one I wouldn't call that. This one's a little heavy. I was getting between 2.4 and 2.9 pounds of trigger pull, which it's not 4 and 5 pounds, which is nice. I feel a decent amount of resistance when pulling this trigger. It is not easy to cock. It's not a deal breaker, but it's not what I would call a dream trigger. Okay, so now that we've got the comfort out the way, let's move on to accuracy. So what I did is I took several pellets out. I tested them at 25 yards to see which pellets shot the best in the Gamo Magnum GR. And the ones that shot the best were the JSB 15.89s, though I will say H&N Sport has a new pellet. They're 15.89s as well, and they were right there close to the JSBs. I mean, I had to get out my micrometer and measure it to see which one was the best because it was so close. And the JSBs barely beat the H&Ns. With the JSBs, I was getting an average of 879 feet per second and 27 foot-pounds of energy. Plenty enough to take a big squirrel, a really big squirrel.
885.
I pulled that one. Dang it.
$885.
I think that's 10. Yeah, that's 10. All right, one more 10-shot group. Two 10-shot groups at 25 yards, and honestly I think the second group was better than the first, and maybe that shows that the more you shoot it the better it gets. I don't know, we'll see. Wow, that's a really good group. Maybe it's gonna get better the more you shoot it. Yep, not bad. Now we're going to shoot some RWS hobbies. Because these are 11.9 grain, they are super light. We're going to see how they do over the Crony. I also shot the hobbies for velocity.
1034.
It says max velocity is 1,300 feet per second with an alloy pellet. No, the hobbies are not an alloy pellet. The hobbies are actually some of the lightest lead pellets. They're 11.9 grain.
1036.
So I shot them over the Crony, and the max velocity I was getting with the hobbies was 1,048 feet per second.
1031.
That is an average of 28 foot-pounds of energy. Now, I'd love to say that the hobbies shot beautifully accurate, so you could use those fast pellets to go take some small game, but they weren't very accurate. So
1035.
They might go fast, but if they're not accurate, who cares? It doesn't matter. They're not going to work. So now I want to find out what is an appropriate distance to shoot this gun. So I took it back to 50 yards, shot the 15.89s. I only shot 4 shots before I realized, nope, not cutting it. So I went and checked out Rick's video. Rick did a recent range time video with this exact gun before he shipped it out to me. And he was shooting at 50, 75, and 100 yards. Go check it out on Airgun Web YouTube channel. And so I said, well, if he's shooting it that far, he must have had a different pellet than what I've got. So he did. FIREARMS 16 grains. Those are the ones he was shooting. So I checked them out at 50 yards. Yes, they were much better than the 15s at 50. I think with the little experience that I've had with it so far, that really isn't a bad group for 50 yards. Would I go out and try to take small game at 50 yards with this? I myself am not confident enough in that group to be able to do so. But maybe if I got to shoot it more and got a little more in tune with it, I might. For plinking, as far as plinking at 50 yards, 75, 100 yards, sure, why not challenge yourself? It's a lot of fun. Okay, to answer the last question on performance, how is it as an offhand shooter? Well balanced, light, very nice contour. I like it better as an offhand shooter than I do at the bench. I don't know what I hit that time. Hitting the same paddle. Oh, that was close. It shoots great. It's comfortable. Absolutely love it. Man. All right, last time. Oh, man. Well, I didn't get the center, but sweet offhand gun. Definitely a sweet offhand gun. I would have shot more, but guys, seriously, I've shot over 100 pellets through this. My shoulder said, that's enough. I guess that's pretty much it. Let's go over some cons and pros. I know it's normally pros and cons, but I like to go over the cons first. Cons. The cocking effort at 41 pounds, that's a bit much for me. I know a lot of you out there are much stronger than I am, so it's probably nothing, but to me, that's a bit much. The recoil. The first few times of shooting it, not so bad. But about the 120th time, my shoulder says, okay, put it down, that's enough. The open sights that are pretty much useless, that kind of sucks. It would have been nice to have that option, or for them to maybe not be there at all. And I've been spoiled with multi-shot break barrels, like the Gamo Magnum Swarm and the Gamo Bone Collector, which is my favorite. I've been spoiled with multi-shot, so the single shot, it's not real appealing to me, but maybe it is to some of you. I think that's pretty much all the cons. Now, the pros. What do I like about this gun? 41 pounds of cocking effort. You get to skimp the gym that day. There's your workout right there while you're shooting. That's a pro. Along with the cocking effort, there's the recoil that it's not so bad at first, but after over 100 shots, you start feeling it. But what does that mean? Well, it means this gun is putting out more power. Isn't that what most people want? Power? So that's a good thing. I like the way that it looks. I love the color. Manual safety, that's a plus. Thumb hole grip, the grippiness on the stock and on the grip. I like the contour of the gun. I like the manual safety. Though the open sights are useless, I do like the raised cheek piece. It makes for a perfect view through your optic. So that's definitely a plus. Its accuracy is great, and I really think it would be better once I get used to it. The key is consistency, consistency, consistency. With the Springer guys, the accuracy of the gun, most of the time, I won't say all of the time, but most of the time lies on the shooter. It's putting out plenty of power. The FPE, foot-pounds of energy, 27 to 28, that's pretty good. That's enough to kill a big squirrel. I guess that's it, guys. The Gamo Magnum GR in 22 has a lot going for it. And if you guys like what we're doing here, please show your support by liking and subscribing to our channels to show our sponsors and other viewers that we've got a good thing going on. So maybe you're not into springers, maybe this isn't your thing. There's another grip review coming up. Maybe it'll suppress your quiet appetite. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm Airgun Angie with Gateway to Airguns. Y'all don't just have a good day, have an awesome one. See ya.